Welcome Mystics, April here. Looking to go a little bit deeper? I hope so, because on this channel I like to talk about how we can go deeper and deeper using the oracles that are available to us. And today I'm going to talk about 6 decks for doing the deep work, for really diving in, going into that liminal place, doing the personal work, the kind of decks that you take out when you need to figure it out, when you need to go below the surface, dig deep, and find some answers, or at least discover a new portion of yourself that's ready to come to the light. Down below you'll find timestamps to jump to each one of the decks. You'll also find links for purchasing them, and I have my free PDF printables down there as well, so you may want to check out that. Wow, I love going deeper and deeper, and I love combining tarot and oracle. So in this video I've got 3 tarot and 3 oracle decks that I'm going to highlight here that I think are just a beautiful addition to your collection for reflection and self-improvement. Deck number 1 is Kathy McClellan's The Star Tarot. I'm sure I've covered this deck before, but it is fabulous. It is such a beautiful deck. It has gilded edges, which I absolutely adore on a deck. And the subtitle on this is actually Your Path to Self-Discovery Through Cosmic Symbolism. This deck is jam-packed with symbolism, with a rich color palette, which I really enjoy, saturated colors, very natural, very grounding. And while I'm a proponent of doing your reading and letting the cards really speak to you for some period of time before you pick up the book, her book is incredible. One of my pet peeves is when decks are filled with symbolism, but the book fails to talk about that. And in this book, you will find that she has a whole section at the end of each card which specifically talks about the symbolism. To me, that makes this tarot a real winner for going deep within yourself and doing personal work. Because if you're drawn to a specific symbol, when you look up what the symbolism is behind that, you're really going to get that extra oomph, that little push into the liminal place that maybe takes you to that aha place. So I can't recommend this enough. I love this deck, and it is a standby for me. Deck number 2 by Massimiliano Fodoro is the Vice Versa deck. Oh, the Vice Versa Tarot is something completely different. And what I love about this deck is that it has fronts and backs. And what I mean by that is it has the front view of the tarot card, what you would normally see on a tarot card, and then the view from the back side of it. There are hidden symbols that you would not normally see in tarot cards. What makes this deck particularly fabulous, I believe, for going into deep and unknown places or doing the deeper work is that it takes my mind out of the way. It takes me away from what I already think I know about the cards, because there are symbols and angles that I hadn't thought about. And that's great because all the suppositions just kind of go away. The other thing that makes this deck really great is when you get done, you can spend some time studying some of the objects and symbols that you find in the deck, and it takes you into just a new and deep level with the tarot. And also on these wonderful Alice in Wonderland trips to yourself through finding the symbols on the internet or in your correspondence books, and really looking into how they're reflecting on the places that you're touching within yourself. Great deck. Deck number 3 by Anna Touraine, or is that Anna Touran? I don't know, is Tarot of the Abyss. And this was recommended by one of you, and it is becoming one of my favorite decks. This deck is incredible, and if you want to go deep, you're going to love the imagery in here. Anna has an incredible grasp of the tarot. She has taken some of the cards that are more painful and really illuminated them in ways that bring clarity. There are so many of the cards, the 3 of Swords, for instance. You can see this here, where she's just grabbed the essence of what the work of this card is, what is being moved and done, what is being removed, and how we can even partner. There's a sense of partnering with the tarot in this deck. I just can't recommend this deck enough. I am absolutely in love with it. It's a black and white deck too, which is also a very liminal color scheme. The line work is incredible, and there's so much going on in the cards. You can spend a lot of time just falling into each card and enjoying her incredible artwork. Also, I want to say this about the Abyss Tarot. If you are really looking to go deep, to go beyond the surface with tarot, if you're brand new to tarot and you're looking for a deck, this is an incredible deck to start with. The book in here is not your normal book. Again, Anna has such an incredible grasp of the tarot, and she's going to take you into places with each card that you're not going to get from that flimsy little white book that just has, you know, a bunch of keywords. That's not what this is. And so I would really recommend this deck for those of you that want to go deeper into tarot. I think this is beautiful. I would love it if Anna would write just a tarot book. I think she's really that incredible with her grasp of the tarot. On to the Oracle decks. This deck is by Ray Serafina Barker and it is called the Deep Place Oracle. This is a Kickstarter deck that I just ordered. However, she does have them on Etsy, and I have all these decks down below. What an incredible investment. I ordered this 6 months ago on Kickstarter and I've been so excited to get it. The color palette on it is soft and gentle, but the deck itself is incredibly deep. The imagery transports you into another place. And this Oracle deck in particular, the book is what makes it phenomenal. Not your typical white book at all. This is an incredible book. So each card has a description of the card itself, keyword themes, questions to ask yourself, and these are really good questions. So this is a great deck for journaling if you're in a place where you just need to explore yourself and look at things differently. In addition, each card has affirmations, and then she tops it off with practices. Yeah, really cool practices that you can do to drive home what you're learning from that card. So this is a very experiential deck, and it takes you into some incredible spaces within yourself. Number 5 are soul cards. I have been using soul cards for years. I do them in my personal readings with all of you, and I find that they are amazing for really getting your head out of the way and allowing yourself to tell a story about how you're feeling through the cards. There are no words on the cards. They are simply pictures. There is no book. So instead of having something to refer to, it is simply for you to refer to. I actually will take these cards and look at them from different angles. I allow myself to simply feel my way into these cards and then to tell a story about those feelings. It's amazing what will come up for you. If you're in a place where you're really stuck and you really need to get your head out of the way so that you can feel your way into what needs to be touched or worked on, this deck is going to do it for you. This is a beautiful addition to your tarot, and it's a great card to draw at the very end, sort of a takeaway, or it's a great card to draw when you start. I love using this in conjunction with the tarot. Last, but certainly not least, is Kim Cran's The Wild Unknown Archetypes. This deck is so much fun. I love it. First of all, it's a circular deck. Difficult to shuffle, but amazing. This deck is wonderful to use on its own as a journal prompt or as a significator card in conjunction with your tarot readings. So it's a great place to start. I often draw one of these as the lesson that I'm learning or the overarching energy that is embracing me at the moment. The guidebook that comes with this is indispensable. You can simply reflect on the images that are on the cards, but the book itself goes into some incredible detail about each card. Because she designed this deck for personal alchemy, it is made to really make you go deep. It's got reading suggestions with each card. It's got these messages. It's got a shadow side, and it's written so poetically. It's just beautiful. The words themselves transport your mind into the card itself and really help you grab hold of the energies that she's trying to communicate. This deck is powerful, very powerful. This is not an everyday use deck. This is not a deck that I would sit down and draw 10 cards on unless I was going to do this reading over several days, because the information that is transmitted through these cards is so incredibly powerful. Hey, so let me know down below, what decks do you use when you want to go deeper into yourself and do personal work? Let me know if you have any of these decks and what you think of them. The more we share our knowledge, the more we all grow in wisdom. Just a reminder that all of these decks are listed down below in the description box with links to purchase them. And I have my free tarot printables down there if you haven't already gotten those. Also, you may wish to join my newsletter, and there's a link for that as well. Want to learn more about tarot? You may be interested in these videos over here, and you may be interested in my other channel. The tarot is always an invitation to go deep, to know yourself more, to do the work, and to find your own magic. Until we meet again, merry meet and merry part.